Morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Corpus Christi. My name is Deborah Sunderman, and I'm pleased to be your worship associate this morning. Whether this is the first time you've been with us, or you've been with us for years in person or online, we unconditionally welcome you as your full, authentic self. We are excited to welcome persons of all faiths and no faiths. We celebrate you as you are, however you are oriented in this mortal life and in your spiritual journey. We are a lay-led congregation offering Sunday services that feature voices as varied as our community. And today we will hear from Nina Drath, a world-class musician from Corpus Christi, and I will introduce her more later. Our gathering together during this time has intention and purpose. This space at this time is holy and sacred. Though we may sometimes fall short of our ideals, we come together with the intention to grow as spiritual and moral beings. To that end, we recite a covenant each week, which is not a creed, but a promise we make to one another. We strive to live within our values: interdependence, equity, transformation, pluralism, generosity, and justice, with love at the center. In other words, we embrace a complex and changing world made better through kindness and respect. Our announcements, buckle in. Cinephiles unite. There's been an interest in reviving the movie night. Basically, movie night is where someone hosts church members and friends to their home to watch a movie together. We understand some homes are better set up for small groups than others, but either way, it could be a fun way to hang out. We've also discussed the possibility of showing movies here at the church. The details have not been worked out yet, but if you might be interested in hosting a movie night or are just interested in attending, please talk to Kirk Newport after the service. The U2C3 book group begins a new book, The Disaster Tourist, by Yoon Ko-eun, on Friday, May 1st at 2 p.m. It's available for free download on Overdrive or for purchase at most major retailers. The audiobook is purchase only. U2C3 is heading out to the ball game on Friday, May 1st. The Corpus Christi Hooks will be playing the Frisco Rough Riders. If you paid your money to Scott Cherry this past week, your ticket has been purchased and he should have distributed it to you or will. We're going to be seated in section 119, and if you want to add in, you can still purchase your own ticket and be with the group. Just talk to Scott about the rows and seats. The doors open at 5:35 and the game begins at 7:05. Arrive early if you're interested in the giveaway, a Hooks Bolo cap, as only 2,000 will be available. We'll also be staying for the Friday night fireworks immediately after the game. That is awesome. Okay, Saturday, May 2nd at 11 a.m., Tacos Not Bombs will be assembling sandwich bags for our unhoused neighbors. All supplies are provided and donations are always welcome. You can drop off donations during Dawn's office hours Monday and Thursday, or bring them with you any Sunday. For more information, please contact Kelly Thompson. He's not here today, but making the sandwiches on Saturday. Okay, we're going to have a church spring cleaning day, Saturday, May 2nd, from noon to 4. Join us for a community cleanup day as we freshen up the spaces that don't get regular attention: closets, high surfaces, storage nooks, and more. Many hands make light work, and everyone is welcome. For more information, contact any board member. Are there board members who would like to just raise their hands? Contactable. Okay. The Covenant of UU Pagans will meet, that's CUPS, will meet next Sunday, May 3rd for a Beltane celebration and potluck. Beltane is an ancient Celtic festival marking the beginning of summer, a time of fertility, fire, and the pastoral season. We welcome anyone who feels called to join us for community, celebration, and shared food. Sign up is on the slat wall in the hallway. Our spring congregational meeting will be held Sunday, May 17th at 12:15. We'll be discussing upcoming elections for several committee and leadership and board positions. And our birding adventures continue Saturday, May 16th for our final gathering before we break for summer. They'll meet at Packery Channel Nature Park at 8:30 a.m., followed by coffee at Kalati's Coffee Roasting Company. The sign-up sheet is in the hallway on the slat board. For more information, please see Liz Cook or Lisa Cuevas. Thus endeth this announcements. Okay. It is our custom in this church to offer visitors and newcomers a chance to introduce themselves if they feel comfortable doing so. If it's your first time here or you just feel ready to say hello after coming for a while, we invite you to stand as you are able or raise your hand. We will bring you a microphone so that our streaming viewers can hear you, and you can tell us your name and where you are from. Are there any visitors or newcomers here today who would like to introduce themselves? None that are not shy. Okay. Welcome. We are glad you are here. We invite you to please join us for conversation after the service. We would like to get to know you. Our service will now begin. Please rise in body or spirit to sing with the choir. Okay. Our opening words are from German physics student turned jazz expert Joachim Ernst Berendt. At the root of all power and motion, there is music and rhythm, the play of patterned frequencies against the matrix of time. We know that every particle in the physical universe takes its characteristics from the pitch and pattern and overtones of its particular frequencies. It's singing. Before we make music, music makes us. I would like to call up Zeta to light the chalice. From German theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer, music will help dissolve your perplexities and purify your character and sensibilities, and in time of care and sorrow will keep a fountain of joy alive in you. May this time and place honor music and foster joy. Please rise in body or spirit for the affirmation of our church covenant. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is its and service is its to dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all we hold sacred. Please be seated. I will now introduce our esteemed speaker and performer today. Nina Drath was born in Poland to parents who were pianists. She began learning to play the piano at the age of 4 and made her first radio broadcasting recording as a concert pianist in Czechoslovakia at the age of 11. She has an impressive string of studies, including a master's degree in piano performance and piano competition wins. She has performed with symphonies and given master classes throughout Europe and the U.S. As the founder and president of the Frederick Chopin Society of Texas, Inc., she has brought to South Texas piano performances of the highest quality and stages a prestigious annual competition for pianists from around the world. She is committed to music education and is a fervent advocate for music as an essential part of life. And now she will provide us with her first performance. I would now like to invite Ms. Drath to talk to us a little bit about getting started in playing the piano. This is in place of our Story for All Ages, and there's been a last-minute change in the program, and the children will stay for the rest of this service.
And please, if you have any questions, I would love to answer your questions. This is actually a very, I think, a little lower, super. Actually, a very beautiful part of my life, music, because I grew up at the home where both parents played piano. I told Ms. Deborah that I came here for the first time to meet my father in 1970, the year of Hurricane Celia, where we both performed the concerts for the victims of Hurricane Celia. And I brought, I think that I brought certain things. They framed for me the, okay, sorry. They framed for me the actual concert, 1970, which was performed here in Corpus in few places. One of them was at that time was a CCSU, right? So that was university here, which now is Texas A&M. And I performed the Beethoven Concerto, accompanied by Milton James, who became a doctor, later on moved out of Corpus Christi. But anyway, this is the beginning of me and Corpus. And then every year I would come. My father became a professor at Texas A&I in Kingsville, now Texas A&M. For many years was there, and I would come almost every year. Then I was invited in 85 to become a professor in Edmond, Oklahoma. My son was born there, so together with my husband, we moved permanently to Corpus. So about 87, I'm here since 1987. And you know, of course music is everything for me and was for my family. But I want to tell you, even you are not a musician, even you do not really have time or will to practice or to every day do something about piano or other instrument, if you just listen to the music, that is an amazing thing, because it's not just relaxation. It's not just maybe a conclusion of certain feelings we have inside and we can't resolve it. And then we hear the music and say, oh my God, why I am angry, why I am not doing something. This was composed by the genius, and it's eternal, and it's just so beautiful. So I did bring something here with me to demonstrate how children would grow with the music, with the certain books we have here, piano books. Because, you know, children at any age, I started at the age of 4, and that actually is what I say to all the parents. If you wanted the child to start, any age is great, but the youngest is 3 to 4, different children. Sometimes there is a child at the age of 3 who can do it perfectly, as well as age of 5. If not, we need to grow up to that. But, you know, it starts with little pieces. It starts with pieces like microphone. Thank you so. I know it's. I am trying to speak loud, but not loud enough. Like this. Okay. Yes. 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 So yes. So I think right now we will not. I will not need this because I'm going to play Mozart. Can I just? Okay. So yes. Or should I play, or you have some?
We have a meditation reading first, and then we'll play the Mozart. Okay, after our meditation reading and time of silence, and when the music begins, all who would like to are invited to come to the chalice table and light a candle representing a joy or sorrow you may be holding in your heart today. Please come up one at a time from any direction, and keep in mind that the further back your candle sits, the less danger it poses to the next person's mitts. If you are with us online today, you are welcome to share your joys and sorrows in the chat feature. Our meditation words come from Don G. Campbell, sound expert and author of The Mozart Effect, and he wrote, "To enter into the initiation of sound, of vibration and mindfulness, is to take a giant step toward consciously knowing the soul. There are hundreds of accurate models for this great journey inward. Each requires belief and discipline, as well as the will to allow the inner and outer worlds to relate. Listening, learning, study, and practice are important tools, but we need the courage to enter into ourselves with the great respect and mystery that combines the faith of a child, the abandon of a mystic, and the true wisdom of an old shaman." We will have 3 minutes of silence. So without any further ado, I would like to reintroduce Ms. Nina Drath to speak with us generally on our message for the service today.
So first of all, I need to tell you, this piano is great. It's a kawaii piano, and in my family, my father loved this instrument. Very deep, very beautiful sound, perfect, technically regulated. So I have a kawaii piano, which was bought in 1970, the last year when we permitted ivory keys to be installed in the piano. So I'm very happy that you have this one. I wanted to tell you what I would suggest with the young people to do when you have a young person around you, to really, really move young souls and children toward music. It's always going to be a success. I had students who for years would come and say, Ms. Nia, you really don't, I am not going to play. And I say, okay, speak more. And then, 3 years after they finished high school, I had mothers calling me saying, Miss Nina, a miracle happened. I said, what happened? My daughter called me that all she needs for her birthday is her piano books. So when we are young, we don't know. But the music penetrates us, comes through us, and it's everything. It's a medicine. It's a knowledge. It's a beauty. And also can be a job forever for us if we become a musician. Of course, I would like to hear from you. What would you like? What's your questions to me?
Well, I'll start it since I kind of prepared a little bit. Please describe a time when a musical performance brought you to tears or gave you goosebumps.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
When the music performance brought you to tears or gave you goosebumps. That it really struck you to your heart and soul, and you
Any
said,
performance during my life, or just when I...
is there one in particular?
The one particular. Well, there was few, but I think the most memorable was the meeting with Maestro Artur Rubinstein. I don't know if you are familiar with the Polish pianist who had absolutely world career, performed until he was 90, I would say 2, 3, regularly concerts, and he came back to Poland. He was not living in Poland since when he was a young man, he left Poland. And I have to, well, that's a long story, but when I lived in Poland, we regularly were asked, the pianists who performed, were asked to go to Żelazowa Wola. Żelazowa Wola is the name of the Chopin's birthplace. It is a little manor which was left after the fire, which took off all the house, but that little manor was left out. So now we have a museum, Chopin's museum there, and every Sunday in the summer from May to, let's say, October, late October, we have concerts every week But we also have special concerts if there is a group of people who would like to come to Żelazowa Wola and breathe the Chopin himself right there. So one of the groups asked me to come, and it's about an hour drive from Warsaw. I lived in Warsaw. So I'm arriving to the place. There's a lot of guards at the entrance, which you never have a guard there. And I said, oh my God, what happened? And I said, ma'am, this is a French television, and we are awaiting a maestro. I said, what maestro? I was 20-some years old at that time. And he said, oh, Maestro Rubinstein is coming to Żelazowa Wola. I said, oh my God, where's the piano? I need to practice. And I performed, and he gave me a private master class. It is actually, the French television recorded that. A private master class in front of everybody. And he started with the words, Miss Nina, you are a young pianist and you played beautifully, but remember one thing, you cannot rush. Why do you play so fast? At my age, and he was already past 90, you do not rush. You enjoy every sound, every note. And you value that because you can donate that sound to people who are listening to you. And they will remember it as well because it is so valuable. So that is something which I will never forget.
Generally, whenever you talk to people, they will tell you that at some time in their life they had a teacher who really, really stood out. And who would that be for you?
I had few teachers in my life, only few, because as I mentioned to you, both of my parents were piano professors. My mom regularly would practice with me and do things, but my father was unfortunately not in Poland, but here. But I had a professor, Wanda Chmielowska. She was my teacher from age 4 to 18. And she was a professor at the university in Katowice. I was born in Katowice. That's a part of Silesia, the southern part of Poland. And Ms. Chmielowska came from one of the, I think from Ukraine, but maybe it was a Belarus. I am not 100% sure. But one of the republics. And her father was a singer and a conductor. So she always was telling me, it was very valuable, she was telling me the stories from her childhood. For example, when her father practiced, because he had to practice to go to the concert same night or next day. And in Polish language, it actually made a little rhyme. Her name was Wanda. Wanda now is going to sleep, but daddy is going to practice, which was tatuś będzie grał and Wanda idzie spać. Będzie spać. And so she said to me, since I was 4, she was saying, Nina, there is no time of the day and night. If you want to practice, or if you want to hear the music, don't hesitate. You always need to fulfill your life with it. So when I finished with her at the age of 18, I had a dilemma because I also love theater. So I could not really decide, since I was 16, do I want to be a musician or do I want to be an actress? And one day, I was playing with a concerto. I have to tell you the story. So in Poland, we have concerti performed for the students, high school students from wherever around Katowice during the school time, and the young students. So like me, I was 14, 15, 16, I would perform with the orchestra. And it was just an awakening. I, came on the stage, I started the concerto, and I thought, oh my God, why would I even think to not be a musician? This is my life. So I think that when we make a decision, it's not just the decision. Something has to come through us to tell us what we should do. And that's what happened to me.
So I took piano lessons for 13 years, and I know how much I got out of piano lessons, even though I'm not a musician. What else, besides being a musician, does music and piano lessons specifically do for folks, and what kind of careers have you led your students into?
We are lately speaking a lot about space, because we went to space just not a long time ago. So that is incredible, but I have a student who, when he was 12 years old, now he's 18, when I asked, I said, look, you are so talented, you are playing so beautifully. I would like for you to think about it, that you can be a musician in your life. And he said, Ms. Nina, I'm going to be an astronaut, period. So there's many, many careers. But you know what he said? He said, Ms. Nina, you know what is fantastic about that whom I'm going to be? That I will have all the time in the world to listen to music. So that is true. We never know what leads to what. But still, I have to tell you, with all the problems and the history of last several thousand years always has problems. I really think if we just stay with music, stay with beauty, stay with beautiful words which come with music, that would be a heaven. So we need to be daily motivated to say something beautiful and maybe play a little melody for somebody who is around us. There was a poet in Poland, his name was Makuszewski, who said, stracony dzień w życiu bez uśmiechu, which in translation means the day without a smile is a lost day. So we need to start working on whatever brings us the smile. Maybe it's the little doggy, or a little cat, or a little anything else around us, or maybe a little beautiful melody we hear, which brings the smile to our face.
Oh, I didn't know. I was just standing up, but I was going to ask you what you thought of the Beatles and that kind of thing, but I think you just answered it.
Yes.
Do you play other instruments besides the piano?
No,
Okay.
no.
And second question, sorry. Do you have siblings, and if so, in musically inclined as well?
I don't have siblings. I am the only child. But I have a son who played piano since he was 4, and who became a sound recording engineer. Yes. So it's not only pianist, but he definitely has music inside of him.
Is there a time that you were unusually aware of the power of music as international language?
It is a very good question, because I actually had a friend who worked for the international help for students and children internationally who needed some help. And I became a very close friends with him, and I even proposed that we should create an organization which has people who travel abroad wherever there is a problem and try to cure with music. So that was the time when I started working on, even around me, help for those who want to have beauty in their life and say, praise God. I mean, we have it. We're not going to lose anything. I'm going to be the next one who will help my sisters, my brothers, my friends to see it. Because unfortunately, really, not many people say about that. But what sometimes we miss is what we don't see. So our role is to give it to those. Thank you.
So working with children, do you recommend, like a classroom teacher, these students don't have access? Okay. All right. So when you work with children, like a classroom teacher wants to expose her class to music, but they're not musicians. They don't have access to instruments. What do you recommend having background music for classical music? Or do you think that's detracting, like, do you think that their activity might not match the music, or yeah, you get the idea.
I see anything music, a background music. There's not too much music. But I am very much okay, thank you so much. I forgot about it. I am very much, I'm sorry. Yes, I think that showing at the moment the piece or the part of music or the little fragment of something to the person is very emotional. So that's very good, because the music is emotions. You know, the background music is beautiful, it relaxes us. But if you really want to have an effect of something which the child or the student may remember, it's better to be it like in this moment, that particular piece. Yes.
Do you have any rituals or standard operating that you follow before you perform? Like
It is a very good question. I don't. And the reason I say I don't, because there is not a performance which is the same. Every performance is different. So, you know, I tell you something about the competitions. So I went through many different competitions in my life. And you know, I have to say we hate competitions because they are such a pressure. And so much, I shouldn't say hate among the competitors, but one doesn't want to really speak with another one. They kind of look around and so that is the most horrible thing. So at the time of the competition, I had my own cure. I would lock myself in the bathroom. So nobody can come in and meditate a little.
Okay, I'm going to stop it. Sorry, because we need to get you out of here on time because you have a 12:30 lesson. Yes. So, thank you very much. Now is the time we participate in the care of our church community by giving and receiving the offering. If you are contributing to your pledge today, be sure to write pledge on your check or cash envelope. When the music begins, the ushers will present the offering basket to you, and all you have to do is drop your offering in, no passing required. In addition to the basket, and for those joining us at home, we have several options for making a Sunday offering. Please use the links on screen to give through our website, by PayPal, or by using the Banco mobile app. What is given in love is received with gratitude. May this church be worthy of all your gifts. We will now proceed with the collection of the offering. Please remain seated after the music is over for the closing of our service. I realize I have been remiss in not mentioning that Ms. Drath is the founder and president of the Frederick Chopin Society of Texas, I'm sorry. And we have their flyer, and you can look at that. It's an organization that has lots of concerts and could use some donations, I think.
May I say something?
Sure.
Okay. So the reason to organize the society 36 years ago was something which I always needed all my life, was somewhere to perform that people would love it. So my goal when we started it was to involve young people, students, school students, adult students, and young pianists around who would have places to perform. We always repeat Corpus Christi and the Valley because it's only 2.5 hours of driving, and I'm driving for all 36 years with an artist. But it just gives more people beautiful audience and need to be heard. So that's why we did that. Thank you.
Beethoven tells us, music is a higher revelation than all wisdom and philosophy. And I will extinguish the chalice. And we have a change in our program. Ms. Drath's student was not able to come today, so she's going to play us another Chopin piece. And before that, as I extinguish the chalice, Plato tells us, music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything.
Should I play the last piece? Okay. May I say a few words about it? Okay. It will be the mazurka. What is the mazurka? I don't know if you know that Chopin wrote many mazurkas. Because a mazur, not mazurka, the mazur is a dance in Poland. And mazur has 3 different kind of categories of mazur. So there is a fast one, which is mazur. There is the one which we dance in the round, or circling and this way. So that's oberek. And then the last one is piavia, which is more like a little more melancholic, a little slower, a little sad. So Chopin combined all 3 mazurkas, mazurs into one, called here in English the mazurka, and this will be a mazurka opus 24, number 1 in G minor.
Go in peace and travel at the beat of your own drum.